Okay, in this lesson we'll do 3 examples where we rotate a figure around the origin. These 3 examples come from 9.3 worksheet number 1. The first one is problem number 2, where we have this triangle ABC and we want to rotate it 180 degrees. The rule for rotating 180 degrees is this right here. The XY order pair becomes negative x, negative y. So if we start with point A prime would be negative x, negative y. So what's the opposite of negative 5? Well, that would be 5, and the opposite of 2 would be negative 2. Okay, so A prime is going to be at 5, negative 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. This would be A prime. B prime. B prime is going to be the opposite of negative 3 is 3, and the opposite of 1 is negative 1. So B prime would be at 3, negative 1. 1, 2, 3, down 1. So this is B prime. And then C is at negative 1, 6. So the opposite of negative 1 is 1, and the opposite of 6 is negative 6. So C prime must be at 1, negative 6. So 1, down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I counted correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is C prime. Okay, so I connect those. This is the triangle, shade it in to say this is the image. Alright, so this is the image rotated 180 degrees about the origin. So I'm rotating it 180 degrees to right there. The next one, number 4 on 9.3 worksheet number 1, we want to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. 90 degrees clockwise. Our rule for that is the XY ordered pair becomes Y, negative X. You put Y first, and then you take the opposite of X. Okay, so here's triangle ABC. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So let's start. Point A is at 1, 0. And so I put Y first. That's going to be 0. That's the Y coordinate. And then you want the opposite of the X coordinate. So opposite of 1 is negative 1. All right, so A prime is at 0, negative 1. 0, negative 1. That would be A prime. B is at 2, 1. Okay, so you're going to put the Y coordinate first, which is 1, and take the opposite of the X coordinate, which is 2. So the opposite of 2 is negative 2. So B prime is at 1, negative 2. So I go 1, then down 2. So this is B prime. B prime. C is at 3, negative 1. So I'm going to put the Y coordinate first, that's negative 1, and take the opposite of the X coordinate. So the opposite of 3 is negative 3. So C prime is at negative 1, negative 3. Negative 1, down 3, C prime. Connect the dots, shade in the figure. That is A prime, B prime, C prime. That is the figure rotated 90 degrees clockwise. I'm rotating it this way. Finally, number 6 is the last example that I'll do on 9.3 worksheet 1. We're going to rotate this figure ABCD. We're going to rotate that 90 degrees counterclockwise. So our rule for that, counterclockwise 90 degrees, is to take the XY coordinate and make it negative YX. Alright, so let's start with point A. Point A is at 1, 1. So you're going to take the opposite of the Y coordinate, which the Y coordinate is 1. The opposite of that would be negative 1, and keep the X coordinate. The X coordinate becomes the Y coordinate in the image. So A prime is at negative 1, 1. Negative 1, 1. This would be A prime. B is at 2, 3. So take the opposite of 3. That's going to be negative 3. And the X coordinate becomes the Y coordinate. So 2, negative 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2. This is B prime. C is at 3, 2. So the opposite of 2 would be negative 2. That's my X coordinate for C prime. And my Y coordinate is the X coordinate in C. So negative 2, 3. Negative 2, up 3. This is C prime. And then D is at 2, 1. So I take the opposite of Y, opposite of 1, which is negative 1. And this 2 becomes the Y coordinate in D prime. So negative 1, 2. Negative 1, up 2. That's D prime. I connect the dots, shade in the figure to show that that is my image. So I have rotated this 90 degrees counterclockwise. I rotated this way, and that is my image.